Good morning, Townview. Welcome back to Chemistry Online.
All right, so percent composition is the percentage of what something is composed of. So what is a percent? A percent is a part of a whole. And to get a percent, we're going to take a fraction and then we're going to multiply it by 100. So here's our formula. Let's go ahead and write it out. So percent composition is going to be part divided by whole times 100. That's how we get a percentage. Part divided by whole times 100. So I'm going to give you all a real quick example of percent composition, which we'll be doing in a couple of slides. But let's do the percent composition of water. Water is made up of two elements. It's made of hydrogen, so it's got two hydrogens, and it's made of oxygen. So the mass of hydrogen is 1, the mass of oxygen is 16. We calculate the molar mass by multiplying straight across and then adding these together. We get a molar mass of 18. So the whole is going to be 18. The total mass is going to be 18 grams. The part is going to be the one that we're looking at. So let's say we wanted to figure out the percentage of hydrogen in water. We're going to take the 2. We're going to do 2 divided by 18. Grab your calculator, do that real quick. 2 divided by 18. And then multiply this by 100. What do we get? One more time. 11 point what? 11.1. All right, so water is made up of 11% hydrogen. Let's go ahead and get oxygen. Oxygen is going to be 16 divided by 18 times 100. What's that going to give us? 88.888. We'll round that to 88.9. If we add these two percentages together, what should we get? We should get 100%. And if you're within 1%, that's okay. But usually you want your answer to be plus or minus 1%. Less than that would obviously be better. Let's go ahead and move on. So we just discussed what the whole was. So the whole is the mass of the entire mixture. The part is just the part that you're interested in. For example, hydrogen or oxygen out of water. And then percent is just out of 100. We multiply by 100. That's why it's out of 100. So let's work out our first example. So Julia makes a Chex Mix with 150 grams of pretzels. So pretzels make up 150 grams. And then 220 grams, that's going to be our peanuts. And then 125 grams, that's going to be our cereal. So to figure out our percent composition, first thing we're going to do is add those three numbers up. So in your calculator, 150 plus 220 plus 125, what do we get? Okay, 495 grams, that's our total. And here's our equation, part divided by whole. So to figure out our percentage of pretzels, let's do 100 divided by 495, multiply by 100, and then give me my percentage. One more time. All right, 150 divided by 495. 30 point what? All right, 30.3. Let's go ahead and get the peanuts. So that's 220 divided by 495. 44.4. And then cereal. 25.3. Now if we add these together, we should get 100%. Any questions on this? Was that easy? All right, good. Let's go ahead and work out the next example on our own. So in this one, instead of having a Chex Mix, now you have elements. And it tells us here that they're completely mixed. They're completely reacted, which means you have no leftovers. You just need to work with the numbers that are given to you. So go ahead, calculate. I'm going to give you guys 3 laps. All right, so first thing we're going to do is calculate the total mass. So we're going to do 45.8 plus 70.9. What is the total mass? 116.7. All right, so what is our percentage of sodium? 39 point what? 39.2. And then Cl is going to be what? 60.8. If we add these together, we are going to get 100%, which is what we want. Are y'all ready for the next one? All right, so that's our percentages, and the percentage is just part divided by whole. So for sodium, we did 45.8 divided by 116.7. That's what gave us this number. And then 70.9 divided by 116.8, that gave us this number. All right, let's move on. So over here you have 3 exactly like the one we just solved, and I want you to solve all of them. So for over here we got magnesium. Here we're going to put in nitrogen. Over here we got argon, sulfur, sodium, and then oxygen. Let's go ahead and solve real quick. These real quick. All right, so first thing we're going to do for all of these is we need to calculate the total mass. So 9.03 plus 3.48. What is the total mass for the first one? One more time. 12.51. And then to get our percentage of magnesium, we're just going to do 9.03 divided by the total, which is 12.51. What goes in here? 7 point what? All right, 72.2. Good. And then for nitrogen, we're just going to replace this number with 3.48. What do you get for nitrogen? 27.8. And both of these are percentages out of 100. And they should equal out to 100. Let's go ahead and look at the next one. So next one we have is 29.0 plus 4.3. What is our total? 33.3, right? What is our percentage of argon? One more time. 87.1. What is our percentage of sulfur? 12.9. All right, that looks good. The next one, what is our total mass? So 222.6 plus 77.4. What is our total mass? 300. What is our percentage of sodium? One more time. 74.2. And then oxygen? 25.8. Hands up if you got all these numbers. Man, y'all are good at this. All right, let's move on. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this one because that's too easy and y'all are too smart. Let's jump straight to the next one. I'm going to solve it for you and then you're going to solve the ones after it. So first one we're going to do is copper hydroxide. So we have copper. How many coppers do we have? How many oxygens do we have? How many hydrogens? All right, so then we put in the molar mass. What's the molar mass of copper? 63 point what? All right, and then oxygen. And then hydrogen. All right, then we just add these together. What's that going to give us? It's going to be 80.5. And then to calculate our percentages, we're just going to get the total mass of copper divided by the total mass. So 63.5 divided by 80.5, what does that give us? Multiply by 100. 78.9. Let's go ahead and get oxygen. That's going to be 16 divided by 80.5. 19 point what? All right, and then last one, 1 divided by 80.5. All right, 1.2. If we add all these up, you are going to get 100%. That looks good. Any questions on this? All right, so I'm going to cross out this one. You don't need to do it, and I just solved this one. So you need to solve these two. All right, go ahead. Shh. All right, so strontium sulfate. Let's go ahead and calculate. So did y'all get the did y'all get the molar mass of strontium sulfate? What's the molar mass? 183 point what? All right, hands up if you got this number. All right, so what is our percentage of strontium? A little bit louder. 47.7%. What about sulfur? 17 point what? All right, and then the last one is oxygen. What's our percentage? 34.8. Hands up if you got all three of these numbers. All right, hands up, hands up. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and move to the next one. All right, so what's the molar mass of glucose? All right, 180 grams. And then what is our percentage of carbon? 40%. What about hydrogen? 6.7%. And then oxygen? 50 what? 53.3%. All right, hands up, you got these numbers? All right, nice job. All right, let's go ahead and move to the next one. So I'm going to give you guys a few laps. I want to see if you can figure this one out on your own. So on the ACP, this is most likely the type of question you're going to see. All right, let's go ahead and solve this. Shh. Let's go ahead and solve this real quick. All right, so first thing we're going to do, come on, please. First thing we're going to do is we're going to calculate the molar mass. We have titanium times 1, oxygen times 2. What's the mass of titanium? 47.9, and then oxygen is going to be 16. We're going to multiply that by 2. That gives us 32 grams. What is the total mass? 79.9. All right, now the question is only asking for oxygen, so let's just solve for oxygen. We're going to do 32 divided by 79.9. What is our percent composition of oxygen? One more time. 40.1. All right, so now this is what we're going to do. So we can't do 25 times 40. That's going to be equivalent to in the beginning where if you ate 100% of a pizza, you ate 100 pizzas. You know what I'm talking about? Shh. Please focus. All right, so we can't multiply by 40. We have to divide by 100 first to go back to our original fraction. So what we're going to do is we're going to move our decimal point over 2 spaces. So everybody in your calculator, you're going to do 25 times 0.4. What does that give you? All right, 10. Now to calculate for titanium is going to be 60 or 59.9. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do 25 times 0.599. What does that give us? This would have been the 47.9 divided by 79.9. Yeah. So 47.9 divided by 79.9. You can plug that into your calculator. That's going to give you 59.9. What did you get when you did that? Or did you skip it? All right. Shh. Come on, y'all. We got to focus. We're not done yet. All right. 15 is correct. Any questions on this one? All right. Let's go ahead and solve the next one. So first thing we're going to do here is we're going to calculate the molar mass of silicon oxide. So this is silicon dioxide, SiO2. So we have Si times 1, O times 2. What's the mass of silicon? 28.1. And then oxygen is going to be 16. We're going to multiply. That's going to be 32 plus 28.1, which gives us 40.1. Next, we want to get our percentages of silicone and oxygen. What is our percentage of silicone? I was just testing y'all. All right, 60.1, right? So what is our percentage of silicone? See, I'm glad y'all awake. I can't hear y'all. All right, I'm going to plug it into the calculator because I can't hear nothing. All I'm getting are mumbles. divided by 60.1, you should have got 46.8%. All right, next one is just going to be 32 divided by 60.1, and that gives you 53.2%. All right, now to get the mass, we're just going to multiply. So we're going to do 35 times 0.468, and then we're going to do 35 times 0.532, and that's going to give us our mass. So 35 times 0.468, that gave me 16.4. And then 35 times 532, that gave me 18.6. Now, if you add these together, you should get exactly 35 grams.
Can you do that?
1 second. Hold on. All right, so we're going to skip this one. Let's go ahead and work this one out. This is our last problem, and then we're moving on to our assignment. All right, so first thing we need to do is figure out our formula. Shh. So we have iron and we have oxide. What's the charge on the iron? What's the charge on the oxide? So then we just crisscross. It becomes Fe2O3. Now when we write our formula, we got Fe times 2, O times 3. What's the mass of iron? It's 55.8. What's the mass of oxygen? And then we multiply straight across. What's 2 times 55.8? 111.6. And then 16 times 3? And then what's the total mass? One more time. 159.6. All right, so let's get our percentages. So percentage for iron is going to be 111.6 divided by 159.6, and you should get 69.9. And then for oxygen, it's going to be 48 divided by 159.6, and you should get 30.1. 30.1. And if you add these together, you're going to get exactly 100. Now to figure out how much iron we need, we're just going to do the total mass of the metal, which is 25, and then we just multiply it by 0.699. Now if you do that, what do you get? You should get 17.47, which is just going to round to 17.5. All right, hands up if you got 17.5 grams.
If you don't know how to do chemistry, hit that subscribe button. Let's go!